Hello, viewers of Jonathan Jar Villaria's World Emporium. I am Jonathan Jar Villaria, and I am excited to share with you how we can expand our knowledge of the world through the English language. Our videos cover a wide range of topics such as literature, history, science, and more to provide you with a well-rounded learning experience. Regardless of whether you are a beginner or an experienced learner, our expertly curated videos offer captivating and enlightening content to help you enhance your language proficiency. Since the discovery of Pluto in 1930, when children reached school age, they were taught about the nine planets in our solar system. However, starting from the late 1990s, things began to change. Astronomers started to debate whether Pluto qualified as a planet or not. After much discussion, in 2006, the International Astronomical Union made a controversial decision. They determined that Pluto returns a dwarf planet. Therefore, currently, there are only 8 planets considered as the main planets in the solar system. Mercury, the closest and smallest planet in the solar system, has a diameter of about 4,876 kilometers, roughly equivalent to the mainland of the United States and slightly larger than the Moon. Previously, Pluto was considered the smallest planet, but after being downgraded to a dwarf planet, Mercury became the smallest planet in the solar system. Mercury has been observed since ancient times. It's named after Roman and Greek mythological deities. Due to the lack of an atmosphere to retain heat, the climate on Mercury is harsh, with daytime temperatures reaching up to 450 degrees Celsius and dropping to the minus 170 degrees Celsius at night. Furthermore, Mercury lacks a protective layers against asteroid impacts, resulting in numerous large craters on its surface, similar to the Moon. Mercury does not have moons like Earth. It completes one orbit around the Sun in 88 Earth days. The surface of Mercury consists primarily of a core, predominantly made of iron, accounting for about 75% of its radius, and a rocky and crust covering the majority of its area. It may have icy features in colossal fractures on its surface. Water could have come from comets and asteroids, creating icy formations on Mercury. Alternatively, water on Mercury may have evaporated from the terrain and then condensed into ice. While Venus is not the closest planet to the Sun, it is the hottest planet, with temperatures reaching a scorching 465 degrees Celsius. Thanks to this unique and toxic atmosphere that traps heat, similar to the greenhouse effect on Earth. The entire surface of Venus is a dry and barren desert of rock and dust. There is a hypothesis that Venus once had oceans in the past, but they evaporated as the planet's temperature increased due to uncontrolled greenhouse effects. It is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. Venus has a diameter of about 12,104 kilometers and completes one orbit around the Sun in 225 Earth days. Venus, the brightest star in the sky after the Moon, it is referred to as the evening star when it rises during sunset and the morning star when it rises during dawn. The Greek mathematician Pythagoras identified the two brightest stars in the early morning and evening as the one entity Venus. Venus and Mercury are the planets that we can observe as they pass across the Sun. Venus rotates in the opposite direction to most other planets, known as retrograde rotation. It has numerous volcanoes, a tremendously high atmospheric pressure, and extremely strong winds. Scientists have discovered that an altitude of around 50 to 60 kilometers in Venus' atmosphere, there are temperature and pressure conditions similar to Earth, suggesting the possibility of unique life forms existing on this planet. Earth, the fascinating third planet from the Sun, with 2/3 of its surface covered by oceans, and the unique ability to sustain life in the solar system. It has been in existence for over 4.5 billion years, while humans have only appeared around 450,000 years ago. Earth rotates around its axis in the period of 23 hours and 56 minutes, known as sidereal day. At the same time, it also orbits around the Sun in approximately 365.24 days, resulting in the leap year every 4 years to compensate for the extra time. Added to the month of February, Earth has a diameter of 12,760 kilometers, and 70% of its surface is covered by water. Earning the nickname the Blue Planet, its main components include iron, oxygen, silicon, and magnesium. Earth has a strong magnetic field generated by its molten iron core, protecting us from solar particle radiation. Plate tectonics and geological phenomena regulate the atmospheres, contributing to the regulation of the greenhouse effect. As a result, Earth does not burn up like Venus. Earth has a single moon, but it also has other smaller asteroids orbiting around it. It has an atmosphere rich in nitrogen and oxygen, divided into five layers, creating conditions for diverse ecosystems. It functions as a heat engine, generating winds and contributing to the formation of storms. Clouds play a vital role in regulating Earth's temperature. The amount of water in clouds creates temperature differences between summer and winter, cooling the climate. Earth harbors countless types of viruses, more than the number of stars in the universe sky. Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun, is a rocky and cold planet. In the past, it had water and showed signs of life, but currently, Mars has transformed into a frigid desert. However, scientists believe that as temperatures increase in the future, liquid water may flow on Mars, creating potential for life to exist on the planet. Mars is smaller than Earth and Venus. It has a diameter of approximately 6,787 kilometers and orbits the Sun in 687 Earth days. It can be observed with a naked eye and appears red on the surface due to the presence of rusted iron. Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. Particularly, Phobos is gradually moving closer and will eventually be torn apart or crushed into the Martian surface, forming a ring system around the planet. Mars is the only planet in the solar system with inhabited rovers. Currently, there are five exploration spacecraft operating on the surface of Mars. In contrast to Earth, sunsets on Mars appear blue, while daytime has a reddish hue. The blue light gets scattered when the sun sets, creating this phenomenon. Jupiter, the fifth planet from the Sun, is the largest gas giant in the solar system, with a mass 318 times that of Earth. It outweighs all the other planets combined. Jupiter has a diameter of 139,822 kilometers and orbits the Sun in approximately 11.9 Earth years. It is the fastest spinning planet in the solar system, taking less than 10 hours to complete one rotation on its axis. One notable feature is a great red spot, a massive stone that has been observed for over 350 years. It was first observed in the 1660s by astronomer Giovanni Cassini. The size has significantly decreased since the initial observations. When it comes to planetary rings, we often think of Saturn. However, both Jupiter and Uranus have their own ring systems. Jupiter's rings are faint and challenging to observe, Jupiter has a magnetic field over 17 times stronger than Earth's. Its magnetic field interacts with solar winds, creating a hazardous radiation zone that can pose risks to spacecraft. Jupiter has over 200 moons, with four of them known as the Galilean moons: Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. However, contemporarily, 92 of them have been named and considered official moons. Among them, the Galilean moons were discovered by Galileo Galilei. In order of their distance from Jupiter, they are called Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system, comes second only to Saturn's moon Titan in size. Saturn, the sixth planet from the Sun, is known for its iconic rings. Initially mistaken as satellite by Galileo Galilei, Christian Huygens later discovered that they were actually rings made of rock and ice. Saturn is a gas giant with predominantly hydrogen and helium. It has numerous moons and has been observed since ancient times. With short days and long years, Saturn rotates rapidly, taking just over 10 hours, while its orbit around the Sun is slow, lasting about 29.5 Earth years. Saturn has a diameter of 120,500 kilometers. Saturn is named after the Greek god Cronus, associated with the passage of time. Due to its slow rotation and orbit around the Sun, its ring system is one of the widest in the solar system and can be seen from Earth. Saturn has over 62 natural satellites orbiting it, with Titan being the largest moon. The Titan is the only moon in the solar system with its own atmosphere, which is thicker than Earth's atmosphere by 50%. Uranus, the seventh planet from the Sun, is known for its distinctive bluish-green color. It is an icy gas giant composed of water, methane, and ammonia. Uranus has a remarkable 27 moons. Similar to Saturn, Uranus also has rings around it, but they are not visible to us as they are located too far away. Uranus was the first planet in the solar system to be discovered using a telescope. It has a diameter of 51,120 kilometers and is the most tilted planet in the solar system. A day on Uranus lasts for 17 hours, while a year on this planet can be as long as a human lifetime on Earth, 84 years. As a result, one half of the planet is illuminated by the sun for 42 years, while the other half remains in complete darkness. Neptune is the farthest planet from the Sun and was officially classified as a planet in 2006 after Pluto was reclassified. It is about 17 times larger than Earth in size and was discovered in 1846. Neptune has 14 moons and is the coldest planet in the solar system with an average temperatures of minus to 14 degrees Celsius. Its diameter is approximately 49,530 kilometers. A day on Neptune lasts a little over 16 hours, while a year on the planet is equivalent to 164 years on Earth. Summer on Neptune lasts for 40 years, and the temperature during this time reaches around minus 200 degrees Celsius. Neptune has a continuous storm known as the Great Dark Spot. Great Dark Spot. Similar to the Great Red Spot on Jupiter, it also has rings like Saturn and Uranus. These rings are composed of dust and ice. The wind speed on Neptune can reach over 2,000 kilometers per hour, making it the planet with the fastest winds in the solar system. These are the basic facts about the 8 planets in the solar system. Each planet has its unique and surprising characteristics. Earth, our home, is a diverse and habitable planet. Understanding the planets in the solar system helps us gain a deeper understanding of the universe and its diversity. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Your questions, comments, and feedback are always welcome and appreciated. So please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting and enlightening content. By hitting the notification bell, you'll be sure to never miss any very exciting and thought-provoking episodes. Don't forget to share our channel with your friends and family who may also find our content beneficial. We are committed to providing you with high quality, well researched, and engaging content that will help you improve your English language skills and expand your knowledge. And I look forward to sharing more insightful and inspiring things with you in the near future.